The riveting day in court. Michael Jackson's personal assistant and one of his bodyguards each took the stand today in the manslaughter trial of Jackson's doctor, Conrad Murray. Their testimony added never-before-heard details of the scene inside Jackson's bedroom on the day he died, including an attempt to shield the star's children from the desperate efforts to save his life. Here's ABC's Jim Avila in Los Angeles for our series, Crime and Punishment.
It was a dramatic first full day of testimony at the Conrad Murray trial. The men in the room, Michael Jackson's employees, testifying about what it was like, the chaotic scene that left Michael Jackson dead, his children crying in a ball. It was the first sign of trouble at Michael Jackson's rented mansion the day he died. A 4-second phone call from Jackson's second-floor bedroom. On the line, a stressed-out Dr. Conrad Murray to Michael AMIR Williams, Jackson's personal assistant, who saved that voicemail on his smartphone and played it for the jury today. Moments later, Williams, who had been in the shower, calls Dr. Murray back and finds him smack in the middle of the struggle to revive Jackson, who was not breathing.
He said, "Where are you?" And I said, "I'm downtown." And he said, "Get here right away. Mr. Jackson had a bad reaction. Get here right away." And I said, "What's going on?" And he said, "Get somebody up here immediately."
But Conrad Murray does not call 911, and neither does the young assistant. Instead, Williams calls Jackson's private security team and reaches FAHEEM Muhammad, the chief of security, who races to the scene, goes up the stairs, and sees Conrad Murray working on the boss.
I saw Mr. Jackson's feet near the side of the bed on the ground. And as I continued to walk over, I could see the rest of his body. And I saw Dr. Murray near his side. I asked him, "How's it looking?" or how's it going? And he said, "It's not looking good." And then I proceeded to go and look at Mr. Jackson.
Muhammad said Dr. Murray was doing CPR and in a panic.
He appeared very nervous. He was on his side. He was sweating.
And Jackson?
His eyes were open and that his mouth was slightly open.
Did he appear to be dead?
Yes.
Muhammad said it was then he noticed Jackson's children watching it all from the hallway.
Paris was on the ground, balled up, crying, and Prince was he was standing there, and he just had a real shock, just slowly crying type of look on his face.
Finally, Dr. Murray asked one of the security team to call for paramedics. When asked by police why he didn't call 911 immediately, Murray says calling would have delayed his rescue efforts.
To speak to a 911 operator would be to neglect him.
Attorney Mark Garagos, who represented Jackson in his molestation case in 2004, defended Dr. Murray's decision.
Why does a cardiac physician need to call 911 so that paramedics are going to come? I mean, he's there, he's on the scene, he's trained presumably at a lot higher level than paramedics are.
By the time the personal assistant, Williams, makes it to the compound, the ambulance is there, and being carried away, he sees his boss, a man he loved and worked for.
It was real frantic. I got there when the gurney was coming down. I knew it was serious.
Williams takes charge of Paris, Prince, and Blanket, putting them in one of 2 family SUVs, and they follow the ambulance carrying Michael and his doctor to UCLA Medical Center.
Shielded them, took off my jacket, and I think we covered up one by one, and we took them inside the hospital.
With his children under guard in a private room, Michael Jackson is pronounced dead a few feet away. Dr. Murray can be seen still pacing 2.5 hours after the fight to save Jackson is over. And then something odd, says the personal assistant.
There's some cream in Michael's room or house, room, that he wouldn't want the world to know about. And he requested that I or someone give him a ride back to house to get it so the world, wouldn't know about the cream.
But instead, the personal assistant calls security, instructing them to lock down the Jackson compound, not to let anybody in, including Dr. Conrad Murray. Tomorrow, another of Jackson's security guards is expected to testify that Michael Jackson's doctor wanted him to destroy evidence. Another potentially dramatic day in what is proving already to be an explosive trial. For Nightline, Jim Avila, ABC News, Los Angeles.